just remember sitting there diving under a kelp forest for the first time, and it was just the most incredible thing I'd ever seen in my life. The three-dimensional structure, the diversity of the species in a kelp forest is really something that's unparalleled in a lot of other ecosystems. Not only does it grow fast, but it's also the most widely distributed benthic organism in the world.
The Seaweed Working Group is an incredible group of researchers who are asking questions from the genetics of seaweed and how to grow them more efficiently to how to model fish interactions with seaweed farms. My name is Phoebe Racine and I'm a PhD candidate at UC Santa Barbara. I study seafood systems and I look for solutions to large environmental problems.
So our first project was a life cycle assessment of seaweed farming in general, and from there we kind of started talking about different ideas and turning it into kind of more of a broad working group. My name is Jessica Couture. I'm a PhD candidate at the Bren School of Environmental Science and Management.
Jess and I are like good work wives for a reason.
I think most people think, especially in the media, they think of something like salmon aquaculture, which has in the past used excessive resources, created excessive waste. Seaweed is great because it bypasses a lot of that.
If you're gonna grow seaweed, it has really low impacts and it has the potential to be used for all kinds of products.
As far as where the best place is to put a farm for ecological benefits, you probably want to have a farm that looks a little bit more like a natural kelp forest.
At Ocean Rainforest's larger mission and vision is to basically create a rainforest in the ocean. And in order to do that, we would like to cultivate kelp in a way that is sustainable and economically feasible and socially responsible for the communities that we are working in. The interesting thing about seaweed aquaculture is that it does have this unique environmental benefit and this opportunity to really help the surrounding ecosystem.
We are ultimately looking at the potential to produce, say, larger scale farms for biofuels. The goal, right, is energy independence. And so the Department of Energy is putting all of this money into kelp farming for the production of biofuels. If you're going to produce enough fuel to support that industry, you need a lot of biomass, you need a lot of kelp. So one of the problems is scalability.
So right now we're in the first year phase of the open ocean operations and experimentation. And it's proving that we can grow it in mass quantities. We bag them, we get them on board, we make sure that they're all situated.
And then from there on out, they're at the mercy of the ocean. Seaweed aquaculture is the future of production for many things that we use terrestrially that tend to have a large unsustainable impact.
I mean, if you're using seaweed for biodegradable plastics, you're not using petroleum. If you're using seaweed as part of animal feed, you're not using potentially some antibiotics, and you're using less corn. If you're using seaweed for textiles, you're also not using petroleum. That versatility is what I think is really exciting about seaweed.
Primeiro passo, mudei de casa, quero ser cremado, por isso escolho a minha última morada. Não tem muito espaço, mas eu não preciso espaço para nada. Preciso de gavetas para
What it brings to the table for starters is like this terroir. I mean, just wafting over it, you're instantly at the beach. It's oceanic, it's beautiful. I'm Sammy Mansour. I'm based out of Los Angeles, California, and I'm a chef, author, and sustainable seafood activist. So So we're just gonna have some fun with a bunch of different seaweeds today to make lobster roll and some fries. It gives you, as a chef, a unique opportunity to put something on your menu that a customer's never heard of, never experienced, never tasted, open their minds up to it, and then reinvigorate the conversations around seaweed. It's a great vehicle for stories about how can we produce more edible, nutritious foodstuffs on planet Earth that are sustainable to farm, sustainable to harvest, and that add vital nutrients to the human diet.
One of the biggest barriers that you have here is social licensing, and the ability to get people to trust that this is in fact a sustainable practice and that it's a positive type of aquaculture. It's going to have a positive impact.
The big challenges, especially here in the United States, are permitting and being able to carve out a space in the ocean.
Let's be clear about it. We're proposing to do things in the open ocean. It's different from farming, where you're proposing to grow something on land that you own. You're proposing to do this in shared space. I think that the regulatory question is complicated. It should be complicated, but if you deny a seaweed project from existing in your nearshore environment, it doesn't remove the idea that there's demand for the resource of seaweed and what that harvested seaweed represents. You've displaced that demand now into seaweeds which will be cultured elsewhere and packaged and imported.
But as with anything that's relatively new, there are going to be impacts, and seaweed aquaculture doesn't come free. So there are likely to be some problems that we're not gonna at first know how to handle. So we have to give ourselves some patience as we do that too.
I mean, ultimately, the impact potential is if you can reach these larger markets, right, say like biofuels or feedstock for livestock, you can have huge impacts.
My personal goals working with seaweed is to prove that this can be a viable resource for the American public. Like, yeah. I would freaking love that.